The name itself, Kayo Vapor, or Steam K, is not a poetic flourish, but a literal description of a remarkable geological event. Here, beneath the tranquil turquoise surface, a network of subterranean thermal vents releases superheated, mineral-rich water directly from the Earth's crust. Reaching temperatures of over 150 degrees Celsius, this water is prevented from boiling only by the immense pressure of the ocean above. The result is a mesmerizing, almost supernatural phenomenon. As the scalding fresh water mixes with the cooler, denser salt water, it creates a shimmering thermocline layer that distorts the light, making the coral gardens appear as if viewed through antique warped glass. This is the vapor of the K's name, a constant, silent exhalation from the planet's core. This constant geothermal exchange does more than create an illusion. It fosters a unique micro-ecosystem. The nutrient-rich plumes feed specialized algae and bacteria, which in turn form the base of a food chain found nowhere else in the archipelago, a testament to life's incredible ability to thrive not just in spite of, but because of, such extreme conditions. To stand in Canaima is to feel the immense weight of deep time, to stand upon the very bedrock of our world. It is a breathtaking fragment of the ancient Guiana Shield, a geological heart that began beating more than 1 billion years before the Andes were violently thrust into existence. The iconic tabletop mountains, the Tepuis, defy our understanding of mountain building. They were not born of tectonic collision, forced upwards in a clash of continents. Instead, they are the colossal, stoic remnants of a once unbroken sandstone plateau. Over hundreds of millions of years, the patient, relentless work of wind and rain has scoured the landscape, washing away softer rock and leaving only these immense, flat-topped sentinels isolated against the horizon. This profound geological solitude has transformed each sheer-walled summit into a biological island floating in a sea of clouds, a veritable lost world where evolution followed its own strange and beautiful path. Here, nearly 70% of the plant life is endemic, including bizarre carnivorous plants and otherworldly orchids found nowhere else on the face of the earth. They are living laboratories suspended in the heavens, unique crucibles of evolution that safeguard biological secrets from a time when South America and Africa were locked together as the supercontinent Gondwana. In this timeless realm, the story of our planet. High in the cloud forests of Venezuela's Cordillera de la Costa lies a place that seems untethered from its surroundings. This is Colonia Tovar, a town born not from local evolution, but from a specific moment in history, the arrival in 1843 of 390 German settlers, recruited from the Kaiserstuhl region of Baden. For over 100 years, their isolation was nearly absolute. The rugged topography rendered travel to the capital almost impossible until a paved road was finally cut through the mountains in the 1960s. This seclusion acted as a cultural time capsule. The iconic Fachwerk architecture isn't a modern tourist affectation, but a direct legacy. And the local dialect, a distinct Alemannisch German known as Aleman Coloniero, can still be heard among the elder generations. Colonia Tovar is therefore more than a curiosity. It's a living archive, a fragment of 19th century Europe, preserved not by grand design, but by the sheer, unyielding geography of its Andean sanctuary. To understand Aragua is to understand a land of profound dualities, a state bisected by the ancient spine of the Cordillera de la Costa. This mountain range, a northern extension of the Andes, acts as a formidable climatic wall. On its southern slopes, moisture-laden winds from the interior create the dense, perpetually shrouded world of the cloud forest. This is the realm of Henri Pittier, Venezuela's oldest national park, established in 1937 as a sanctuary for an astonishing 582 documented bird species. Yet cross the summit, and the descent is a startling transition into another world entirely. The air dries, the light intensifies, and the lush canopy gives way to the arid scrublands and turquoise waters of the Caribbean. This abrupt geographical schism is the key to Aragua's story. It not only explains its staggering biodiversity, but has also dictated the isolated development of its coastal cultures and their legendary cacao haciendas, proving that the contours of the earth so often draw the blueprint for life. The very name, Punta Cana, whispers of the landscape's true nature, a reference not to sand, but to the tips, or puntas, of the cane palms that rustle in the constant caress of the trade winds. These graceful, distinctive fronds are the region's botanical signature, a green crown upon a verdant land. Yet for all the poetry in its etymology, it is the sand that defines this coast for the world, a seemingly impossible ribbon of blindingly white, powder-soft shoreline that dissolves into a turquoise sea. The origin of this iconic sand, however, is a masterful geological sleight of hand. This is no ordinary mineral beach, ground from mountain quartz and continental rock over millennia. Instead, its creation is a biological marvel, a testament to the vibrant life thriving just offshore. The architects of this paradise are the parrotfish, which spend their days voraciously grazing on the algae covering the coral reefs. In doing so, they ingest the indigestible coral skeleton, which is then excreted as fine, perfect grains of calcium carbonate. This is the grand illusion, a coastline built not by geology, but by biology. A shore where every footprint presses into the Lists cataloging the world's great shorelines, those unspoiled expanses of sand and sea, frequently reserve a place of honor for Playa Rincón. Yet its true, enduring distinction lies not merely in the impressive scale of its 3-mile crescent of beach, but in a remarkable and captivating duality found nowhere else in such perfect form. Here, at its sheltered western terminus, the shockingly cool, spring-fed waters of the Caño Frio River, emerald-hued and impossibly clear, meander from the mountains to spill directly into the warm, saline embrace of the vast Atlantic Ocean. This gentle yet profound convergence forms a crystalline estuary, a tranquil mixing ground where one can literally stand with one foot in the crisp river and the other in the balmy sea. It is a rare and vibrant ecosystem where the dense, labyrinthine roots of mangrove forests provide sanctuary along the river. While the Caribbean is often defined by its turquoise coastlines and swaying palms, here in the heart of the Dominican Republic lies a profound exception, a world carved from a different geological story. This is Jarabacoa, a city born not of sand and coral, but of immense tectonic pressure that began over 50 million years ago. The slow, inexorable collision of the Caribbean and North American plates forced this land skyward, creating the Cordillera Central and this high-altitude refuge where peaks like Pico Duarte reach over 3,000 meters. The dramatic result is a landscape that defies tropical expectations. Vast, fragrant pine forests clinging to steep slopes and a cool, temperate climate that has earned it the name City of Eternal Spring. Its original Taíno name, meaning Land of Waters, is a direct testament to this topography. Dozens of rivers, fed by reliable mountain rains, carve their way through volcanic and metamorphic rock that tells a story of ancient upheaval. It's a powerful reminder that an island's identity is shaped as much by its hidden geological forces as by the sea that surrounds it, creating a sanctuary that feels worlds away from the beaches just 100 kilometers below. To arrive in Las Galeras is to reach the very end of the road on the Samana Peninsula, a landmass with a history as dramatic as its coastline. Geologically, this entire peninsula is an outlier, a separate island that only collided with Hispaniola around 600,000 years ago. This ancient separation is etched into the very rock. The landscape is a classic karst topography, where limestone, once ancient coral reefs, has been eroded by millennia of rainfall into a dramatic tableau of soaring cliffs and hidden caves. It's why iconic beaches like Playa Fronton remain so isolated, guarded by a sheer 700-foot wall of rock, accessible only to the determined hiker or a small fishing boat. This geological memory lends the region its distinct character. It doesn't just feel remote because the pavement ends here. It feels like a world apart because for millions of years, it truly was. The waters of Canaima Lagoon carry a profound secret, a story revealed not in the thunderous roar of its waterfalls, but in their unusual, deeply contemplative, tea-like color. This rich, reddish-amber hue is more than mere coloration. It is the liquid signature of a uniquely pristine and ancient ecosystem, a testament to a world largely untouched by time. For uncounted millennia, organic tannins, patiently leached from the decaying leaves, roots, and bark across the vast, humid jungle floor of the Guiana Shield, have steadily stained the rivers. This slow infusion creates a naturally acidic environment that profoundly inhibits microbial and bacterial life, rendering the water remarkably, almost supernaturally, clear despite its dark tint, a transparent shadow moving over the riverbed. This ancient elixir, pure and elemental, is finally churned into vibrant life by a majestic procession of powerful cascades, the broad, thundering curtain of Salto Hacha, the swift and elegant drop of Golondrina, and the misty veils of Yucaima that plunge over ledges of jasper and sandstone, aerating the dark. Playa Los Coquitos offers a far more complex portrait of the Caribbean than the one sold on postcards. Its shoreline is not a simple ribbon of white sand, but a dramatic frontier, a testament to a remarkable ecological convergence. Here, the surprisingly arid climate of the Monte Cristi province, a region that receives less than 700 millimeters of rainfall annually, directly confronts one of the island's most vital ecosystems, the sprawling mangrove forests of the Estero Balsa. These tangled, life-giving wetlands, among the most extensive in the entire region, thrive not on rain, but on the freshwater arteries of the Yaque del Norte river system. The result is an extraordinary paradox visible at a glance. A thriving aquatic nursery, sheltering countless juvenile fish and crustaceans within its submerged roots, set against a rugged, almost desert-like backdrop. This isn't merely a beach. It is a quiet lesson in resilience, a landscape that doesn't shout its beauty, but instead whispers a profound story of the intricate, often invisible connections that sustain life against the odds. To truly grasp the essence of Puerto Plata, one must look not to the sea, but to the mountain that guards it. When Christopher Columbus first arrived in 1493, he witnessed the peak of Mount Isabel de Torres shrouded in a mist that glowed silver in the twilight, christening this harbor the Silver Port. The name, born of a fleeting atmospheric illusion, has endured for over 5 centuries. Yet the region's most profound treasure was never in the clouds, but deep within the earth. This is the Amber Coast, home to the world's most sought-after amber, fossilized resin from trees that lived 25 to 40 million years ago. This radiant time capsule gem, often preserving the life of a bygone era, reveals the true nature of this coastline. It's a place where the identity is forged in a paradox, a name inspired by ephemeral silver light in the sky, and a legacy built upon tangible golden treasure from the ground. The name Cayo Sal, or Salt Cay, is more than just a label. It's a direct echo of a forgotten economic engine that once powered this corner of the Caribbean. For centuries before it was a sanctuary for travelers, this island was a crucial harvesting ground. Its shallow, sun-scorched lagoons would evaporate, leaving behind a crust of pure sea salt, a commodity as valuable as gold to the 17th century colonial ships and buccaneers who needed it to preserve provisions for their long Atlantic crossings. Today, the shimmer of those historic salt flats can still be seen under the midday sun, a subtle crystalline memory embedded in the landscape. The island's primary identity, however, has shifted. The utility of the past has given way to the sublime. Its shores now defined not by industry, but by impossibly fine, coral-derived sand and the placid turquoise waters protected within the Moroccoy National Park. It stands as a quiet testament to nature's ability to reclaim and redefine, transforming a site of gritty human enterprise into a symbol of serene, untouched beauty. Its history, hidden in plain sight for those who know where to look. The Great Sentinel of Monte Cristi, El Morro, is not a volcano, as its dramatic profile might suggest, but a colossal limestone mesa, an immense block of ancient seabed thrust upwards over 90 million years ago. This singular geological event is the key to understanding this entire region. It dictates the climate, creating the driest subtropical forest in the Caribbean, a stark and beautiful ecosystem of thorn scrub and cactus. Below its sheer 700-foot cliffs, the landscape fractures into further contrasts. Dense mangrove forests, vital nurseries for the sea, give way to vast, shimmering salt flats that have been harvested for nearly 500 years. It is a place where deep time is etched directly into the rock, shaping not only the unique flora and fauna, but the very course of human history on this northernmost shore, from the first Taino settlements to the earliest European arrivals. The first glimpse of Sayona Island fulfills every expectation of a Caribbean idyll, a seamless blend of turquoise water and impossibly white sand fringed by leaning coconut palms. But this landscape holds a history far deeper than its famously shallow shores. To the indigenous Taino people, it was known as Atamane, a vital sanctuary on the edge of their world. Its current name, however, was bestowed in 1494 by an associate of Christopher Columbus, a name borrowed from a distant Italian city that forever marked the moment two worlds collided on this very coastline. Today, this entire 110 square kilometer jewel is protected as the heart of Cotubanamá National Park. This critical designation doesn't just preserve the postcard beaches for visitors, it safeguards the complex ecosystems within. The dense mangrove forests that act as marine nurseries and the secluded eastern shores where generations of hawksbill and green sea turtles return to nest. Sayona is therefore more than a destination. It is a living document, a quiet testament to a history of indigenous life, European discovery, and now a modern promise of deliberate preservation. To truly understand Isla Margarita, one must first see it not as a single landmass, but as two distinct worlds tethered by a delicate thread of sand. To the west lies the Macanao Peninsula, a semi-arid realm of sun-scorched earth and cardon cactus, its geology stark and ancient. To the east, the verdant, populated heart of the island pulses with life. Linking them is the 22-kilometer-long La Restinga Isthmus, a classic tombolo meticulously formed over millennia by opposing coastal currents. This natural bridge doesn't just connect disparate landscapes, it cradles a vast, labyrinthine lagoon of mangrove forests, a critical nursery for countless marine species. It was precisely in these calm, sheltered waters that the island's legendary pearl beds once flourished, a natural treasury that prompted Christopher Columbus to name it Margarita, Latin for pearl, upon his arrival in 1498. Here, a simple accident of geology, a sliver of sand and shell, didn't just create a unique ecosystem, it forged an identity and a destiny that would echo for more than 500 years. What appears as a single, impossibly perfect ribbon of white sand connecting two cays is, in fact, a delicate geological balancing act. This is a place of convergence, where two opposing ocean currents meet. Their energies cancel each other out, just enough to deposit a spine of fine biogenic sand, the pulverized remains of millennia of coral and mollusks. The cay's very name, Cayo de Agua, hints at an even greater rarity in this saline world: natural freshwater wells, a vital secret held beneath the coral foundation. To walk this narrow isthmus is to feel suspended between distinct worlds of turquoise and sapphire, a temporary bridge sculpted not by human hands, but by the patient, persistent rhythm of the tides. It's a landscape in constant, subtle conversation with the sea, a reminder that the most breathtaking structures in nature are often the most ephemeral, existing only by the grace of a perfect, fragile equilibrium. Los Haidices, a name gifted by the indigenous Taino people meaning hilly land, is a landscape spoken in the language of water and time. Its defining features are the mogotes, these dozens of small, verdant hills rising abruptly from the emerald waters of Samana Bay. They are the exposed peaks of a vast coastal karst platform, a limestone foundation sculpted over millions of years by rainfall and then partially submerged by the rising sea. This geological process created a labyrinth of sheltered waterways, fostering one of the Caribbean's most extensive mangrove forests, where fresh water from subterranean rivers mingles with the salt of the ocean. But the true significance of this place is hidden within its caves. Here, on the cool, dark walls, the Taino left their mark over 1,000 years ago. Pictographs and petroglyphs that transform these geological formations into a sacred historical archive, a testament to a civilization that understood this place not just as a resource, but as a spiritual world. The deep-water port of La Romana is more than just a modern gateway for cruise ships. It is the historical heart of a city quite literally built on sugarcane. For over 100 years, the colossal Central Romana sugar mill has been the city's unyielding economic engine, and the metropolis even owes its name to this legacy. La Romana refers to the large, Roman-style balance scale once used here to weigh the harvested cane, a powerful symbol of the precision and industry that carved this community from the coast. This heritage creates a fascinating duality, where the rhythmic hum of commerce and the sweet, heavy scent of molasses in the air exist alongside the tranquil turquoise of the Caribbean. Just a short distance away, the dramatic gorge of the Chavon River cuts through the landscape, a timeless, natural artery flowing past a city forged by modern commerce. La Romana reveals itself not as a simple resort town, but as a complex and resilient place where the grit of labor and the relentless power of a single crop have shaped every street, every stone, and the very character of its people. To walk through Santo Domingo's colonial zone is to experience a foundational idea made real. This is not merely the oldest continuously inhabited European settlement in the Americas. It is the physical blueprint from which countless other cities would spring. In the year 1502, Governor Nicolás de Ovando imposed a revolutionary grid plan upon this New World outpost, a rational, orderly vision of intersecting streets that became the standard for colonial urbanism. It was a deliberate statement of control and endurance. You can still feel that intention today as you trace his original layout. The very walls breathe history, constructed from blocks of piedra corallina, a limestone rich with the fossilized corals and shells of a prehistoric sea. This material, quarried from the coast, not only anchors the city to its tropical geography, but also serves as a constant, tactile reminder of a history that is both human and geological. Here, every plaza and fortified wall is more than just an artifact. It is a chapter in the origin story of a hemisphere. To truly grasp the character of Caracas, one must first look to the mountains. The city exists in a geographical paradox, a high-altitude valley cradled just a few miles from the Caribbean coast, yet entirely separated from it by a sheer, living wall. This is the Huayra Ripano, the indigenous name for the great coastal range that towers over the metropolis, reaching peaks of more than 2,700 meters. More than just a stunning backdrop, this formation is the city's primary architect. It dictates the weather, trapping cool air to create a climate of near-perpetual spring, a stark contrast to the tropical heat of the shoreline below. For over 4 centuries, it has served as the city's silent guardian and its constant defining feature, a living landmark on the horizon for every Caraqueño. It is this immense geological presence that has shaped not just Born from the high-altitude cloud forests of the Cordillera Central, the Nizao River begins a journey of more than 100 kilometers, carving its path through some of the Dominican Republic's most rugged terrain. For much of its upper course, it remains a wild, untamed force, its waters renowned for a crystalline clarity derived from the unique mineral geology of the mountains. But this is a river of two distinct personalities. As it descends, its raw energy is harnessed, most notably by the Valdezia Dam, an immense feat of engineering that transforms this natural artery into a vital national resource. Here, the Nizao's power is converted into electricity, and its flow is meticulously managed to irrigate the fertile plains of the Paravia province and supply drinking water to the capital. It's a profound testament to the delicate balance between preservation and progress, where a single current serves as both a pristine sanctuary for endemic wildlife and the lifeblood for millions of people. The coastline of Chichiriviche serves as a gateway, not to a single destination, but to a constellation of small islands, or cayos, scattered across the turquoise canvas of the Caribbean. Unlike the volcanic titans that rise elsewhere in these seas, these are not islands born of fire, but of life itself. They are biogenic formations, painstakingly constructed over thousands of years by the skeletal remains of coral polyps and mollusks. This slow, patient architecture of the reef is the very reason for the region's celebrated beauty. The brilliant white sand that feels like powder underfoot is, in fact, the finely ground remnants of this ancient coral, a foundation that reflects sunlight with such intensity it creates the almost impossibly clear aquamarine waters that define Morocco National Park. What we see is more than just a picturesque landscape. It is a living monument, a testament to the quiet, persistent artistry of countless tiny organisms. The placid surface of Ocoa Bay meets a shore that defies Caribbean cliché. Here at La Caobita, the sand is not white, but a deep slate gray, a fine-grained chronicle of the island's interior. For millennia, rivers have carried these volcanic and metamorphic sediments down from the high peaks of the Cordillera Central, depositing them in this sheltered cove. It was this same protected geography that, in the 16th and 17th centuries, made the bay a favored anchorage for corsairs seeking refuge and a strategic vantage from which to harry the Spanish fleet. Even the name itself, La Caobita, or Little Mahogany, speaks to an ecological past, a memory of the dense hardwood forests that once lined these hills. What appears at first as a simple, tranquil beach is in fact a quiet ledger, recording the immense, slow-moving forces of geology alongside the swift, often violent currents of human history. Cayo Sombrero, the Hat Island, earns its name not from cartography, but from its very geological soul. As the largest and most westerly cay in Venezuela's Morrocoy National Park, it is a living fragment of a vast ancient coral platform, uplifted from the seabed over millennia. The brilliant white sand that now forms its two main beaches is a testament to this past. Countless particles of coral and shell, meticulously processed by the sea and aided by the tireless work of parrotfish, whose grazing on the surrounding reef creates much of this fine, powdery coastline. This dual crescent formation, joined by a slender, palm-fringed isthmus, creates a natural sanctuary where the turquoise water remains exceptionally calm, a nursery for juvenile fish sheltered by the very reef system that gave it birth. It is a landscape written in calcium carbonate, a fragile ecosystem protected since 1974. A story told over eons that now offers a fleeting perfect day to those who make the journey from the mainland. The landscape of Las Mercedes at first appears to be an intentional creation, a vast, abandoned sculpture garden stretching to the horizon. One instinctively looks for the artist's signature, but the creator here is both invisible and omnipresent: the wind. We are standing on the Altiplano, more than 4,500 meters above the sea, in a theater of extreme geology. For millennia, relentless katabatic winds, dense with abrasive sand and gravel, have scoured these outcrops of volcanic ignimbrite. This is aeolian erosion on a monumental scale, a process that has meticulously carved the famed Arbol de Piedra and its countless surreal companions from solidified volcanic ash. It's a profound lesson in planetary artistry, where the hardest of materials yields to the most intangible of forces. This isn't a static gallery. It is a slow-motion performance, a chronicle of time written not in ink, but in the patient subtraction of stone, revealing forms that defy both logic and gravity under a sapphire blue sky. Here at Playa Calatin, the first thing one senses is not merely the breathtaking sight, but the astonishing feel of the water upon the skin. A cool, shockingly crystalline layer of fresh water emerging from the Earth's hidden arteries and seeping from subterranean rivers rests gently and visibly atop the warmer, more buoyant Caribbean salt. To swim here is to float between two distinct worlds, feeling the gentle chill of the land's exhalation against the comforting warmth of the sea's embrace. This delicate phenomenon is the signature of the region's remarkable karstic geology, a porous landscape of soluble limestone, intricately honeycombed with caves and vast underground channels that have been patiently dissolving for millennia. The very name, Calatin, meaning small cove, speaks directly to this geological narrative, describing not just a place, but a process, a basin meticulously sculpted by the relentless dual action of water, both above and below the ground. This constant quiet exchange between land and sea has created a perfect natural swimming pool, a sanctuary of stillness, sheltered by rugged mangrove-topped cliffs that stand as silent, ancient witnesses to its slow formation. It's a profound and tangible illustration of how the most serene surfaces are often the quiet product of immense, ancient, and unseen forces at work just beneath our feet. A delicate balance struck between dissolution and creation. The Chirun River begins not as a trickle, but as a slow bleed from the ancient heart of Aoyan Tepui. Its waters, stained the color of steeped tea by the tannins from millennia of decaying vegetation, carry a story of the earth itself. This is a classic Blackwater River, a defining feature of the Guyana Shield, one of the planet's oldest geological surfaces dating back nearly 2 billion years. For eons, it has patiently carved its course through Precambrian sandstone, a dark, reflective artery in a land of sheer, pink-hued cliffs. While many know it as the river that culminates in Angel Falls, its true role is that of a collector, gathering the waters that make the breathtaking leap of 979 meters from the Tepui's summit. The Chirun doesn't just create this spectacle, it patiently waits to receive it, a silent, powerful witness that has shaped this lost world long before we ever arrived to give it a name. Here, in the heart of the Guyana Shield, the Carao River flows not with clear water, but with the color of deeply steeped tea. This remarkable hue is no sign of impurity. Rather, it is a testament to an ancient, ongoing process. For millennia, rainfall has percolated through the dense jungle floor and the peaty soils of the towering Tepuis, leaching tannins and other organic compounds from the vegetation. This natural infusion, flowing over a geological foundation nearly 2 billion years old, creates a uniquely acidic, nutrient-poor environment. The river's dark, placid surface becomes a perfect black mirror, reflecting the immense sandstone cliffs and the shifting clouds above, creating a surreal, primeval landscape. To navigate these waters in a traditional dugout canoe is to travel along a liquid corridor through time itself, a journey that reveals how this entire ecosystem, from the smallest microbe to the world's tallest waterfall just upstream, is fundamentally shaped by the character of this extraordinary river. The cascade known to the world as Angel Falls bears a more telling name in the local Pimon language, Karapakupai Miru, the waterfall of the deepest place. Its staggering vertical drop, nearly 1,000 meters, is not fed by a conventional river, but by the sky itself. The vast, isolated summit of Aoyan Tepui, a sandstone plateau, ancient beyond comprehension, acts as a natural cistern, capturing the immense tropical rainfall that sweeps across this lost world. From this celestial reservoir, the water begins its descent, a journey so long that much of it atomizes into a shroud of mist before ever reaching the canyon floor. This is not the thunderous crash of a typical cataract, but a more subtle, atmospheric event. We are observing a complete, self-sustaining system, a testament to the patient power of water and stone, operating in pristine isolation for millions of years, and reminding us that some of Earth's greatest wonders are born not of singular events, but of timeless, elemental cycles.